Okay, so we've set up the owners table. The next job then is to set up the other main structure in this database, which is the second table to store the details of the pets in the pet store. So let me talk you through how to do that. Now the first thing is we're going to create a new table. So if we want to make anything in Access, if we want to make anything new, then you're going to find it under this tab at the top here, Create. Okay, and you can see across the top all the main features of a database that we'll kind of become familiar with over the next week or so is in here. So starting with the starting point for database, tables. So I'm just going to select table. Okay, and you see we've got table 1 come up again over here, and again I need to design and set up this table, so I'm going to go over back to my design view button over here. So flick that into design view. It's asking for a table name, so this time TBL and then pets, and then press OK, and we're at the same situation again that we saw for the owners table. So we need to set up the fields within this, starting with the first field, which hopefully you should be able to second guess what I'm going to put in here, but it is pet ID. Okay, so pet ID, as it is the primary key for my field. Okay, right, just give me 2 minutes. I'm just going to put in the other fields. Okay, so if you pause the video here, you can make a note of all the field names that I've used. So I've typed those in, and the same process as with the last table. We just need to decide for each what data type we're going to choose. Now in this particular example, if I scan through, I'm fairly happy with most of the data types again being text, but a couple that I do need to change. The obvious one being date of birth, which should obviously be set to date time, and pedigree as well. If I look in here, well, I could have it as text because pedigree, whether an animal's pedigree or not, is a yes/no answer, or I could actually choose that data type down here as yes/no as well. So I'm just going to select yes/no there, and has that as an option. Pet name is definitely text. They're all text. Gender, main colour, blood types. The only other one of note is down at the bottom here, so we do want to kind of include the pictures of the pets in our database. Well, obviously if it's a picture, it's going to involve storing an image of some sort, and so the only way that we can do that in an Access database is to use something called an OLE object, which allows you to store a range of things within it, including images. Okay, so you just need to change OLE object at the bottom for images for the time being, and if you just flick that into design view, that will save the table. Okay, and we should have now two tables set up with a structure ready for some data input. Just one thing to point out for kind of a later date, I guess, if I'm just going to go back into design view of both these tables, you'll notice that every time I click on a field, there's a series of options down the bottom here in terms of properties of that field. So the size of the field, validation rules and text, and we will explore these in a later tutorial. So don't worry about these for now if you are familiar with them. Okay, so just back to the design view. Cool, video's done.